This is Eric Olson, and I'm making a video, one of my first ones in a couple of months. And I just wanted to make a video for everyone to chew on. And just chew on it for a little bit. So here we go. Q. Anyone who follows Trump knows about Q. Some people take it with a grain of salt. Some people don't believe anything. And other people believe everything that Q says. But I tell you what, this is what I want you to chew on. Everyone watching this video knows about the Washington shell game. You got a problem going on over here? Create a problem over here. Let the news media cover that problem, but not the other one. So, let's think about this. BHO signed an executive order saying that propaganda was allowed to be spewed out of the sewer holes of all of these treasonous bastards in the mainstream media. And every single Trump rally, we hear him talk about the mainstream media. Now, he, Donald Trump, as president, can rescind or take away whatever you want to use, whatever word you want to use, I don't care what word you want to use, and nullify Barack Obama's executive order allowing propaganda to be spewed out of the sewer holes of all these idiots in the mainstream media. How come he hasn't done it? How come he hasn't made it to where they have to report the truth, verify facts, or maybe lose their FCC license? How come he hasn't done it? Ask yourself, how come he hasn't done it? If you were the president and you hated the mainstream media lying about everything, wouldn't you go ahead and rescind that executive order so everyone in the mainstream media had to verify sources and report the facts, or be subject to losing their FCC license? Think about that. Now, you put that between your cheek and gum. Chew on that for a second. Here's another part. There are people, United States citizens, in California who have no cell phone coverage, they have no way to get out. National Guard. What National Guard? National Guard blocking roads, allowing or not allowing people to leave and regress and go someplace else. You have ham radio operators having their repeater systems confiscated from them, their property being seized by the government. Why? You have caravans that used to come up from South America, and Trump talked to the Mexican president, and while everybody's thinking about caravans, people like me, and I'm sure a lot of you people out there watching this video who are just like me, get sick to your fucking stomach about tens of thousands of foreign troops massing on our border. But everybody's talking about caravans. I haven't heard about any caravans lately. You? I ain't heard about shit. But they're still on our border. And I'm telling you something else. If they tell you it's 50,000, you can believe, bet your last dollar, it's 150,000 or more on the border. And they're doing a crackpot job, right? Like the cartel. Everybody hear about that today? Something about a cartel murdered a bunch of Americans. And some of them were two twins, 6 years old. You guys hear about that? So here we are. We got Donald Trump. Seems like a good guy. So far, I'm still behind him 100%. I'm just telling you people out there to think about this for a minute. You see, the Democrats are acting like idiots, and he's making them look like fools. Makes him more popular. Makes people like me and you and everybody else follow him because he's making these people we hate look like idiots. That's all fine and dandy. That's theatrics. That's Washington as usual. The old Washington shell game, right? The old shell game. Now, these people who are having their means of communication, their means of regress, taken away from them, for the most part, are the citizens of California. Who's from California? Who? Come on, y'all know. Pelosi, Schiff, right? Newsom? Newsom's what? Her nephew or some shit? Pelosi's nephew? There you go. By the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Hillary Clinton, Biden, whatever. I'm so sick and tired of hearing about these treasonous bastards and the things that they have done. But no one's going to jail. No one is going to jail. Oh, some little so-and-so, no name, whatever. They're all going to jail. Whatever. I don't give a shit about them. And just because someone says they're in jail, how do you know they're in jail? All these false flag and all this bullshit. The Unabomber, for example, let me throw this out there. I'm not saying he was a false flag. I'm saying this. I'm saying that how do you know that he's in Supermax in Colorado? Or did you go see him? Did the guards tell you he's there? Did CNN tell you he's there rotting away in a jail cell? How do you know? How do you know he's not operating a dive boat in the Bahamas with $10 million in the bank? How do you know? You don't know. And I'm so sick and tired of hearing about these low-level pieces of scum. They're supposedly the floaters in the swamp getting arrested. I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything. I'll tell you what I do hear. I hear Barack Obama. I hear Hillary Clinton. I hear her fucking cross, upside down wearing cross daughter and her rapist husband bad-mouthing the President of the United States. That's what I do hear. But I don't hear about anyone going to jail. For the last year, I have went to bed just praying that when I wake up, I hear about how 5,000 U.S. Marshals and 10,000 fucking Marines were real busy last night rounding up a bunch of scattered ass, putting it on prison barges, and floating them down to Gitmo like the pieces of trash that they are. But I don't hear none of that. So, I'm just trying to tell you guys, chew on it. Think about it for a minute. We have American citizens in California having their habeas corpus suspended, their right to regress and flee taken away, their means of communication taken away. Think about all that. Think about that for a second. Now, 150,000 troops. Maybe 300,000 troops. Maybe 500,000 troops coming up, spearheading through Mexico. Meanwhile, Oregon, Washington, they're bypassed. A little armada comes in, some darked out place where the media blackout's happening in California and make landfall. Maybe that Trudeau motherfucker allows some people to come through Lake Charles or somewhere up there in the Northeast. Nice pincher move, right? You go to bed, your phone ain't working, Facebook ain't working, YouTube ain't working. It's been sporadic for the last week or two, so you don't think nothing of it. And then you woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning by some people coming into your house. They ain't knocking. And they're not there to take you to some FEMA camp. They're there to end you. That's what they're there for. It's too late then. And I don't want to hear about all these people who got guns stockpiled in your house. I do not care how big a man you are. If there's a guy in Class 3, full body armor, with an automatic weapon, and they're in every single window of your house, including the window of your kid's room, you're not going to run to your gun safe. Because you're not going to make it, and everyone in the house is going to fucking die. I'm trying to give you guys just a little bit of something to chew on. It just seems like we are waiting on the end. It just doesn't seem like it's happening. And that's all I got to say. So far, I support Donald Trump. I'm just asking you people to step outside of the regalia of the rallies and the support and everything else and think about this. How come we haven't heard about troops being put into Northern California, escorting them civilians out of there? Who are these National Guardsmen? Are they National Guardsmen? Or are they UN troops wearing National Guard outfits, uniforms? Do you guys see me? You hear me? I'm just letting you know. And I can tell you something else too. No matter what happens, and I don't give a shit who comes from what direction, I hope I got enough blood left in me to make it to the steps of the Capitol building.